Beyond the Gates spoilers, November 12th career triumphs, romantic turmoil, and family drama. Hello, welcome back to the BTG channel. Today we will dive deep into the exciting developments happening on Beyond the Gates, where multiple storylines are converging to create dramatic tension, romantic complications, and career-defining moments for our beloved characters. Join us as we explore what's coming on Wednesday, November 12th, and the implications these events will have on the lives of Donnie, Derek, and the entire Richardson family. Donnie Dupree's momentous fashion moment. One of the most significant developments unfolding this week centers around Donnie Dupree, portrayed by the talented Carla Mosley, who is preparing for what could be a life-changing professional opportunity. Donnie is gearing up for an exclusive photo shoot with the prestigious fashion house Forrester Creations, marking a pivotal moment in her modeling and fashion career. This isn't just another assignment for Donnie. It represents the culmination of her long-held aspirations and dreams of working with one of the industry's most renowned design houses. The preparation phase leading up to this shoot is crucial, as Donnie will need to ensure every detail is perfect, from styling consultations to fitness preparations and mental readiness. She's taking this opportunity with the utmost seriousness. This exclusive shoot with Forrester Creations could potentially open doors to international fashion opportunities and cement her status as a sought-after model in the industry. The question on everyone's mind is whether this momentous professional breakthrough will provide a welcome distraction from her personal life struggles, or if her home situation will begin to interfere with her career trajectory during this critical time. Derek's romantic entanglement and the Shanice connection. Meanwhile, Derek Baldwin finds himself navigating the choppy waters of romantic complications following his separation from his longtime partner, Ashley Morgan, portrayed by Jean Jacob. After a tumultuous relationship that had its share of ups and downs, Derek has decided to turn to Shanice Johnson for companionship and emotional support during this transitional period in his life. This rekindling of his friendship with Shanice carries echoes of their previous romantic involvement during one of Derek's earlier breaks from Ashley. However, this situation presents several complexities that couldn't be ignored. Their previous relationship during Derek and Ashley's past separation was never meant to be permanent. It was always understood as a rebound situation born out of loneliness and a need for connection. This time around, despite the apparent finality of Derek and Ashley's breakup, the circumstances feel remarkably similar to before, yet somehow more definitive. Sources close to the couple suggest that this breakup may genuinely represent the end of Fairmont Crest's most notoriously dysfunctional couple, at least for the foreseeable future. What makes this situation particularly intriguing is whether genuine romantic chemistry could develop between Shanice and Derek this time around. Given Shanice's awareness of Derek's patterns and her previous observations of his relationship with Ashley, she may serve as a voice of reason rather than a romantic interest. Shanice has consistently warned Derek about the consequences of his dishonesty, particularly his tendency to deceive Ashley when the relationship faced difficulties. Despite these warnings, Derek continued down the same destructive path, ultimately leading to the current breakup. Furthermore, Shanice possesses enough emotional maturity to recognize her own position in this scenario. She's fully aware that she may be functioning as a rebound, a temporary emotional salve for Derek's wounded pride and loneliness rather than a genuine romantic prospect. This self-awareness should theoretically prevent any awkward complications or misplaced expectations from developing between them. Still, the question remains, will Derek's patterns repeat themselves, or will he finally learn from his mistakes? Andre's family meeting and the looming decision. In parallel developments, Andre Richardson, brilliantly portrayed by Sean Freeman, is facing an important conversation with Donnie's parents, Anita Dupree, played by Tamara Tooney, and Vernon Dupree, played by Clifton Davis. This family meeting carries significant weight, as the discussion between Andre and his in-laws is expected to address critical issues that will directly impact his marriage to Donnie and their collective future together. According to insider information about Beyond the Gates spoilers, whatever topics Anita and Vernon broach during this conversation will inevitably lead to a consequential decision that will affect both Donnie and Andre's relationship trajectory. The seriousness of this impending discussion suggests that matters of substantial importance, whether related to financial stability, family obligations, personal conflicts, or broader life decisions, will be on the agenda. Following this initial conversation, Donnie and Andre will need to have their own private discussion to process what was discussed and determine their next steps moving forward. This pattern of escalating family involvement in their marriage suggests that underlying tensions have been building, and that intervention from Donnie's parents has become necessary to address them constructively. The fact that Andre is meeting with both Anita and Vernon simultaneously indicates the gravity of whatever situation they need to discuss. As such, formal family gatherings are typically reserved for matters of considerable importance. Ted's mediation efforts and the Richardson sister rivalry. Across the canvas, another significant conflict is brewing within the Richardson family itself. Ted Richardson, portrayed by Keith D. Robinson, is attempting to serve as a peacemaker in an increasingly bitter rivalry between his two daughters, Catherine Cott Richardson, played by Colby Muhammad, and Eva Thomas, played by Ambir Michelle. This sibling feud has been escalating steadily, with tensions reaching a boiling point during the November 12th episode. Ted's mediation efforts represent a concerned father's attempt to restore harmony within his fractured family unit. He has decided to reason with Cott about the situation, hoping to appeal to her sense of family unity and encourage compromise. However, based on available information, Cott appears to be taking an inflexible stance, unwilling to budge from her position or consider reconciliation. Her refusal to engage in meaningful dialogue with her father about the conflict demonstrates the depth of her frustration and the seriousness with which she's taking this dispute. The November 12th episode witnessed a particularly ugly confrontation between Cott and Eva, indicating that this feud has transcended typical sibling bickering and evolved into something more serious and potentially damaging to their relationship. Things reportedly got ugly, which in soap opera terms suggests that hurtful words were exchanged, personal boundaries were crossed, and emotional wounds were inflicted that will take considerable time and effort to heal. Complicating matters further, Leslie Thomas, portrayed by Trish Mon Grant, appears poised to exacerbate the situation rather than help resolve it. Leslie's decision to openly applaud Eva's recent moves during the November 13th episode suggests that she's choosing sides in this conflict rather than remaining neutral. Leslie has never been particularly fond of Cott, viewing her as entitled and insufferable. So her support of Eva and her actions directly against Cott seems motivated by personal dislike rather than genuine concern for either daughter's well-being. By encouraging Eva to continue her pushback against Cott, Leslie is essentially adding fuel to an already raging fire. Her involvement in this family drama threatens to transform what might have been a manageable sibling conflict into a multi-generational family war, with alliances forming and loyalties being tested. Ted's attempts at mediation will likely face additional obstacles due to Leslie's interference, making his position as family peacemaker considerably more difficult and his chances of success significantly diminished. The Forrester Creations crossover possibility. As we reflect on Donnie's exciting professional opportunity, it's worth noting that her dream of working with Forrester Creations represents more than just a career. Tonight opens intriguing possibilities for crossover content within the soap opera universe. Donnie has harbored ambitions of collaborating with Ridge Forrester, the legendary figure at the helm of the iconic Forrester design empire as featured in The Bold and the Beautiful. This crossover opportunity represents a unique convergence of two distinct soap opera worlds, potentially bringing together characters and storylines in unprecedented ways. The question naturally arises, will Ridge Forrester himself make an appearance during Donnie's shoot? Or might other prominent figures from The Bold and the Beautiful make their way into the Beyond the Gates universe? Such a crossover would undoubtedly create massive ripples throughout both shows, generating considerable viewer excitement and creating memorable television moments. Whether this materializes remains uncertain, but the possibilities are genuinely tantalizing for longtime soap opera enthusiasts who appreciate these rare inter-show collaborations. Donnie's preparation for this monumental professional moment involves not just logistical considerations, but also psychological and emotional readiness. She must clear her mind of personal distractions, cultivate the confidence necessary to perform at her highest level, and channel her energy into creating the stunning visual content that Forrester Creations will require. The timing of this opportunity, coinciding as it does with her husband's family meeting and the various family dramas unfolding around her, presents a challenge in maintaining focus and composure during this critical period of her career. Looking ahead. As we look ahead to the events of Wednesday, November 12th, and beyond, it's clear that Beyond the Gates is delivering compelling drama across multiple fronts. Whether it's Donnie's professional triumph, Derek's romantic complications, Andre's family discussions, or Ted's mediation efforts. There's plenty to keep viewers engaged and invested in these characters' journeys. Be sure to stay tuned to the BTG channel for continued coverage of these developing storylines and all the excitement that lies ahead. Beyond the Gates, Wednesday, November 12, 2025, Donnie cancels the LA trip, family blessings, risky promises, and a shocking change of heart. What begins as a glamorous send-off to Los Angeles turns into one of the most emotionally charged moments of the season. Donnie and Andre, once perfectly aligned in ambition and love, find themselves at a crossroads that neither could have predicted. What should have been a simple photo shoot for Forrester Creations becomes a powerful exploration of trust, fear, and the true meaning of partnership. A surprise blessing from Anita and Vernon. Early in the morning, Donnie and Andre stop by Anita and Vernon's home before heading to the airport. The visit is meant to be a quick goodbye, a polite nod to family tradition before their big trip, but instead, it turns into a heartfelt family summit. Vernon, usually a man of few words, surprises everyone by opening up. He admits that both he and Anita were wary about Donnie and Andre's relationship from the start. "You were moving too fast," he confesses, his tone softer than usual. "But maybe that's because you burn brighter than most." Anita, never one to stay quiet, jumps in with her usual flair. "We were nervous because you remind us of ourselves, and that's saying something." Then comes the turning point. Vernon acknowledges that Andre has brought stability and light into Donnie's life, pulling her out of what the family now openly refers to as her Bill-inspired spiral. The reference stings, a reminder of Donnie's past entanglement with the manipulative Bill, whose presence still lingers like a shadow over their new marriage. In a rare show of warmth, Anita hugs Andre and proclaims, "We've decided we like each other finally." The humor eases the tension, but beneath the smiles, something unspoken still hangs in the air. The question of whether Donnie is truly ready to move on from her past. Donnie's doubt, the word that changes everything. Once Anita and Vernon's laughter fades, Donnie and Andre are left alone. What should be a light-hearted moment before their trip quickly turns uneasy. Andre, always composed, mentions casually that the photo shoot will be a risk. It's a simple word, but for Donnie, it lands like a thunderclap. "Risk," she repeats, her eyes narrowing. She's heard that word before from men who gamble more than they love, who promise security while walking toward chaos. Andre insists he means artistic risk, the kind that pushes boundaries, but Donnie's expression doesn't soften. She offers him a way out. "If you're not sure about this, say so now." It's an olive branch and a test, wrapped in one. Andre, ever the optimist, reassures her that he's all in. He promises to stop by his apartment, grab his camera gear, and meet her at the airport. His confidence seems uncheckable. But Donnie's silence as he leaves tells another story, one of doubt and premonition. At the airport, the shocking cancellation. By the time Andre arrives at the airport, the energy has shifted. The buzz of travelers and flashing departure boards create an almost cinematic backdrop for what comes next. Donnie stands by the gate, her luggage neatly packed, her expression unreadable. When Andre asks about the tickets, Donnie simply says, "The trip's been canceled." The words hit harder than he expects. She offers no further explanation, no anger, no tears, just calm finality. Andre, stunned, asks, "Why?" Donnie looks at him with a mix of exhaustion and tenderness. "If you really think about it," she says quietly, "you'll know why." The moment hangs heavy. The implication is clear. This isn't just about a photo shoot. It's about the risk she's no longer willing to take in work, in love, or in repeating the same mistakes. For the first time, Donnie seems to understand that protecting herself may mean disappointing others. The unspoken truth, what Donnie really means. Though Donnie never clarifies her reasons aloud, her decision seems rooted in fear, not of failure, but of losing herself again. The Forrester Creations project represented more than just glamour. It symbolized a life that once consumed her, the one tied to Bill, manipulation, and control disguised as opportunity. By canceling the trip, Donnie might be saving herself from another emotional spiral. Her refusal to explain "you'll know why" becomes her quiet rebellion, a way of forcing Andre to reflect on whether he truly understands her, or if he's just following his own dreams while she's left managing the fallout. As she walks away from the terminal, the camera lingers on her face, strong, resolute, but undeniably haunted. Final thoughts. A storm ahead. Back at home, Andre is left with unanswered questions and a ticket to nowhere. His determination has always been his strength, but now it may be the very thing that drives Donnie away. Meanwhile, Anita and Vernon celebrate their newfound approval, unaware that their blessing may have come too late. In one episode, Beyond the Gates transforms what could have been a glamorous business trip into an emotional reckoning. Donnie's quiet act of defiance speaks louder than any confrontation. Sometimes, the bravest thing a person can do is not go.